Hi folks, David here from Karnage Karts. Today I'm going to be working on a different type of project. It is a old Caro-heeled supercart, and this is what I got to work with. Mostly original. It has a 8 horse on it. I believe it to be a Tecumseh. But the problem with this engine is that it has a pretty horrible kickback when you try and pull it over. So I pulled the flywheel down there off, and it looks like the key is good. So I'm going to have to check the valves, make sure they're set properly, and other than that, we'll have to pull the cover off the cam and split the case and see if possibly the timing is off. But I may temporarily put a different motor on it and see if I can order something a little bigger with electric start is kind of the goal. But I do have plenty of others over here and over there and, well, everywhere around here. So let's begin by pulling the engine off of this one, and then that'll give a little bit bigger area for me to pull the valve covers and all that stuff and kind of see what's going on with this one. But I think I'm going to start with pulling the motor off, and then we'll see what we're going to do from there. First off, what we're going to do is we're going to pull the throttle cable off of here, unplug all the leads, and then of course there are 4 bolts here, and 2 on the back side. We will have to probably loosen up the drive pulley right here and pull that off, and then we should be able to lift this engine right out of here without any issues. So let me get that done and then we'll continue. Well, we got the engine off here, and we're gonna go through this one and double check everything. What I need to do is I need to pull this cover off right here, and that will do the valves. And then worst case, if those are set good, we'll have to pull this side of the case off and check the crank and the cam and make sure that's all where it's supposed to be. In the meantime, I got the engine off, obviously. The only thing I'm not too impressed with is bolt pattern on here will fit most small block engines. So by that I mean 5 horse, 6 horse, 7 horse. The older Tecumsehs, like that one on the table. But I did pull down an extra Predator style, or a Honda clone, whatever you want to call it, 6.5 horse right here. It kind of looks like the bolt pattern should be approximately the same, so I'm going to go ahead and set it up there and double check everything and see if it'll even fit. Well, setting it up there, it does look like bolt holes should be pretty close to exact on there, and same on the rear. So I mean, all things considering, that should do the job. Now, of course, I think eventually one of 2 things. I'm going to rebuild the other engine. I would like to keep an 8 horse on there. The only issue that I would have is I would also like to have electric start on this, so that way you can just park your butt down on the seat, turn a key, hit the button and go, rather than coming back here and do the old pull cord. So I think what I'm going to do is check through my stuff. I should have a bunch of extra parts for carts and whatnot. The other shaft looks to be about a 1-inch crank, right about there. So of course that's not going to be the same as on all the Honda clones. So I'm going to have to find a drive pulley that's going to work for the CVT system. So let me see if I got one on hand. I probably have a used one that I can use temporarily just to make sure it's going to work. And then we'll see if I do have one, then we'll go ahead and bolt this one on and see if we can't fire it up. Let's go ahead and verify the shaft on this one. So I have my caliper set for inches right now. And we will go ahead, and it looks like a 3/4 shaft should do the trick. So let's go double check our inventory and see what we got. Well, it looks like I have one I can use, and I did notice when I was kind of going through this, something to note is that the driven pulley is reversed on here, which can be flipped back to the other side. The second thing I noticed on here would be the plate for this is have adjustments right here, so this whole jack shaft plate can move forward and backwards. And also do note that if you need to, this plate right here can be reversed, and you can reverse the shaft in here so that you can have the driven pulley on the back side, and the sprocket for the chain can actually also go to the back side. So if needed for engine modifications, I think we can get away with being able to have a lot of versatility on what's going on with this particular motor. Now this one, as you can see, does have the oil sensor right here, which we will be removing. Also, this was set up for a generator, as you can see on these wires here, which we will remove and pull back over here to this side so that we can run our kill switch and everything to it. Let's see what else to note. This particular style had a hand choke on this carb, but any of the Predator type carbs, or even like 22 and 24 Mikunis, will be able to fit on this assembly back here. And we were going to go ahead and bolt this engine down. I'm probably going to use the existing hardware. So that one goes through. That goes through. And then those two drop down in so we can get the bolts back on this. Now on these recoil covers, if your handle is in the wrong way, you can just unbolt the cover, flip it to whatever direction that you want, and that will be fine. So let's go ahead and get those nuts put back on, and then we'll continue. Well, now let's see if we can't get this recoil turned around in the right direction so that it's a little easier. Although part of me is thinking that having it pull this direction and the throttle is on the handlebars right there, maybe I'll just leave that for now. We are going to have to get rid of this setup, and we're going to have to get rid of the oil sensor on there. And then it seems like I'm missing a bolt on the muffler. And then that is throttle. Here's throttle cable. So maybe what we can see first. We can't get that one in there and get that throttle set up also. And then let's see, we have, I think we have oil in this one. Whoa, that would be yes. We definitely have oil in here. A little bit of a mess. Alrighty, let's see, where do we need else to go? So I have the clutch put on. I have the bottom pulley turned around, and it did have a lock ring on it, so we'll need to put that on and tighten that up. Also, the driven pulley down here needs a couple washers, so let me go ahead and see if I can't find those, and I'll bring you along for that one. Well, so far we got this engine on. I added some spacers down here to shift this off and get this fairly straight. It looks a little crooked in the camera, but it's straight according to the ruler. I might have to take one of the washers off down here. Got that. Basically, I do not have the correct bolt for here for now, so I'll have to run down to the store and grab one of those, or look through my zillions of tons of crud around here and see if I can find one. I think for today I'm going to leave this one off here. I'll try and get a little more in depth and show quite a bit more things. Right now I'm running on the bare essentials of trying to have enough equipment to be able to have tripods and whatnot and things, so I can set stuff up to show you a little better of where everything is at and how to do it. But I'll be working on that in the very near future. So I appreciate you stopping by, and hang on for the next one, and I'll try and have the camera set up so I'll have better views of everything and get a little more in-depth instructions on how to go about that. So until then, I'd like to thank you for stopping by and check out this little project of mine. I appreciate it, and we will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.